Hi all, welcome back to our channel. My name is Sarah and this is our Forever 10. Today we're out at the land at our homestead and I thought that I would give an updated look at what our garden looks like in the middle of winter. Here's a look at the garden from the outside perimeter. I believe it is 50 by 100 and we are currently installing this new arbor gate area. We have a really big problem with armadillos and they wreaked havoc on this garden last year. We were able to get the fence up, but we did not have a gate system in place, and so I would come back and they had just rooted around literally throughout everything, beds, walkways. So we kind of put up this small gate right now. I can't actually enter in through here at the moment, but on the back side we finally did get the gate up. We are expecting to put some cattle panels on the sides of this arbor, and I would love to have, if you have any suggestions on what would be pretty growing up there. I kind of thought maybe like climbing roses would be really cool. I don't know, just like a really mystical way to enter like my garden. It's like my happy place. So Sean's working on that. I'm really excited to see what that looks like when it's done, but let's go around the back side so we can actually enter into the garden. So on the back side of our garden, we actually just installed the first stages to this compost setup. On this first area right over here, we are going to get like an overhang to go over the top to provide some shade, but also to allow some of the water to come in. It gets so hot here, I'm just worried that if we don't have some type of a shade or a top on it, this soil will just stay super dry and it won't actually do what I'm wanting it to do. But anyway, this first area is full of compost that we had actually purchased from a local dirt company last year. I was not super happy with the quality of the dirt. It was actually, is it hydrophobic? I think that's what it was called, where it would not retain water. It literally looked like when we would put oil on top of it, or it looked like oil was coming off of it when we would add water to it. We were really disappointed. We worked really hard at getting the soil that we had already put into the garden fixed by using lots of mulches and hays and grass coverings to kind of help saturate and absorb some of that water. So we are still working on getting this usable. I'm hoping by next year. The second one has got a little bit of wood chips, some leftover grass that we had collected and leaves, and then this third one we are actually working on making our own chips. So there was a tree service company that had come out and was working on our road, and Sean actually just happened to see that they were out here and asked them what they were going to do with the leftover trees. They said they were taking them to a chip site. He asked them to dump them on our property, and this is kind of the pile. It is huge that they gave us. So we've been working on this. Is obviously, you don't want this like in your beds. I mean, some of them are still full on tree parts. So we are chipping them down further with our chipper, and it makes excellent mulch. So we're super happy about that. It's just going to take us a while to get that all chipped down. We will eventually have some, like I said before, tops on these and then little gates that we can swing open. But let's go ahead and enter into the garden. This is newly installed just a couple of weeks ago. It had the same setup as on the front. Sean put a gate on here though so that I can get in without needing him to take parts off. So from the back of it, we made an 8-foot gate, so that way when we have tractors and things, small utility tractors, we can bring them through. Last year, this left side, you can kind of see where the armadillo came through and dug up. We had put down some cardboard paper to help with the weeds. That was kind of our weed mat that we used. This was our pumpkin patch setup. On these trellises, we had beautiful winter gourds and squash that grew. I just love this area of the garden, especially when it's green and lush. We did decide that on this left side, we're going to try to do some raised beds. I think we're going to be doing 6 on the right side and then 6 on the left side. The back section, we are going to do a shallow till for corn, and then we will be doing different things coming down the trellises. There's the view of the arbor, and then these are all in-ground beds. We just covered them up with some mulch and added some alfalfa last weekend, preparing them basically for our spring planting. We added 4 inches more of compost on top. but we have several areas of growing space in here currently. I am very excited to get in here this spring. I think the funnest part about gardening is the freedom that it gives you to grow the food that you want, varieties that you can't find in the store, but also just the happiness it brings me being out here, knowing that I am growing the best quality food that I can for my family. And I don't know, that just literally thrills me. I'm so pumped and cannot wait for this area to be completely filled with plants. So if you are interested in growing your own food, living a life of sustainability and hopefully abundance, please follow along. We would love for you to be a part of our family. And until next time, we appreciate your support. Bye.